Well, that was annoying. So what was happening was I actually just installed Windows updates, and every time that happens, it breaks all of my audio devices, which is super fun. But I'm glad that that was caught early on and not after I'd already done stuff. So what we're doing here today is we're going to be playing through 2 levels and hopefully be fighting 2 bosses. Let me just adjust one thing real quick here. All right. This level that we're about to play is called Sen's Fortress, and it's one that I have not played in about a year and a half at this point. It is a very good level, but it's also pretty difficult. So we'll see how long it takes me to get through it. And let's go ahead and get started. So, there's something special going on in this level. These ropes that I'm on, if I run too quickly while I'm on them, I fall through them. So in order to still move fast and get past these ball and chains, I actually tap the run button to move slightly faster, which is not the intended way to do this section, but to me it makes it way easier than dodging around the balls the way you're supposed to. That needs to be a regular jump. The only problem is if you tap at the wrong rhythm, you can end up going too fast. That saw is very difficult for me to get past. It might actually be better for me to do this the intended way. The problem is I actually don't remember what the intended way is. So I forgot a piece of the puzzle. I'm actually supposed to also be holding jump as I'm doing my run tapping. That will prevent me from falling as quickly. It's kind of a quirk with the way Super Mario World works. Mario's gravity is actually reduced as you hold the jump button down, which means he starts falling more slowly and has a slower overall fall speed. So you can get away with shenanigans like this. More easily, not necessarily easily. There's actually a Kaizo block immediately after that bullet bill, so I need to be careful about how I approach it. This first obstacle right at the very beginning is probably the hardest part for me. And as you should know, the hardest part of the level is usually the first half. Basically, I need to be running before that saw spins in order to beat it. Or I need to have a better cycle with the ball and chain, so that the saw can go past me without being a danger. Right, yeah. So I think that I don't want to hug that that wall after I get past that bullet bill. That's so tough. Dogs. Man, that is so hard to get past. Okay, I think that is probably going to be the safest way for me to approach this now. Rather than just trying to speed past this saw, I'm going to do something that's at least approaching the intended solution. By spawning in that saw and running past it after it falls. Like that. That is the intended solution. So we're gonna keep doing that. Still not easy, though. Man. Hey, Al. I think I got TikTok working again. Perhaps? No, I have not gotten TikTok working again. TikTok just completely died, which is super fun. Live has ended. Hang on a second. Thought I gave up on it? No, I thought it was working. Which is great. All right, is this running? It is not running. Is it running now? It looks like it is. Paused again. God. All right. I think TikTok is working. If I can just get this out of the way of my timer, that would be great. Let me actually put this... Okay. Refresh. And hopefully it's working. Yeah. So TikTok is great. It just went dead without telling me at all. You actually have not missed much because I've still been struggling with the very first part of this level. It is difficult to dodge this saw and the ball and chains. The rope that I'm standing on right here, it's actually a special rope that makes you fall through if you run too fast. So you're intended to do this part by dodging back and forth between the ball and chains and the saw, and just getting a good cycle to be able to slip through. Like that, basically. Okay, shell jump there. So I'm following behind this ball and chain right here. It spawns the saw. Okay, again, it spawns the saw, it falls off, and I spin past or jump past it. Okay. Yeah, it's a really, really hard opening trick, especially since I'm actually cheating on this. You're intended to have only walking speed, and I'm tapping the run button to get a little bit higher than walking speed without falling through. There's a speed strat where you can just run straight through, which is what I was trying at the start, but I am not consistent at it. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. I probably should have basically just skipped through this level to get straight to the boss fight, but playing this level actually sounded like a good time to me. Man, that spike. I'm at least much more consistent with that opening trick now, which is going to enable me to play the rest of the level eventually. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Oops. I've set a goal for myself to reach 10,000 followers on TikTok. I'm sure that's not going to be enough to get a stream key, but eventually I'll get there. I had a lot of technical difficulties getting this live video here on TikTok started. And I'd like to not have to go through that anymore. Like a mustache hair room at the end? Yeah. It's really tight. The day got away from you? Haven't done planning for D&D? Yikes. Yeah, I feel like the weekends just kind of escape me. Usually I'm not doing much of anything, or at least doesn't feel like I am. Like today I did some video work and I cleaned up around the house. But I like to try to do a live stream a little bit earlier. You went to the beach? Nice. Literally the only place I've been today is out to get food and to the grocery store for more food. I wish I would watch Twitch all day. Okay, I need to go behind this ball and chain. Perfect. I'm gonna have to constantly remind myself of how to do that part. I need to grab that shell. Your wife bought bait minnows and released them in the lake. That's funny. Reverse fishing. So that Kaizo block right there, that's the reason why I've been doing such an awkward jump to try to get up to that next section. If I hug the wall, I cannot make it. Okay, I need to throw that shell early. So you do everything virtually for D&D? I guess that's the way to do it today, but play online. That was how my brother originally started D&D. And we actually played a tabletop version of the Wheel of Time to start with. It was me and him and a couple of our online friends way back in the day. And it was a D20 rule set, so it was, you know, within the same ballpark of Dungeons and Dragons base rule set, which I think is a fair way to talk about D20. And that was actually before I had been introduced to the world of the Wheel of Time, so my role-playing was atrocious. Oops. This level, I like this level. It's got a rough start, but the second half is actually really fun. And I have successfully learned the intended strategy for this part, which I never did learn the first time. I just used the speed strat and kind of hoped and prayed, because I was also bad at speed strat. Those dang first halves, exactly. I'm actually surprised that I fall off there, just because of what kind of sprite that is. But I had spin jumped there, so I was not making that. But really, the reason I'm playing this level is just so I can do the cluster chuck fight. I probably could have just gotten a save state right before the fight, but this is fine. I have been about 20 minutes on literally this very beginning part right here. Hey, Sprocket, how you doing, man? Oops. That's not what you do. I've been pretty good. I need to get some Super Mario World practice in before the races tonight, and practicing with a very hard level is probably about the best I could do. Doing the level itself is not my goal, but it's good for me. Forgot about the race. So I'm pretty sure you saw the announcement. It's a 5 level by Furnap. I don't think Furnap has made levels for the races before. Yo, thank you. The races to me are a pretty important part of my week. It's basically the one scheduled thing that I have that I look forward to doing. Went too fast. Where's the race? It's on Twitch, twitch.tv/romhackraces. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so like an hour and a half. I'm probably not going to get to the point where I can beat Cluster Chuck right now. Days blend together for you? Yeah, I can certainly understand that. The ROM hack races, what they consist of is a brand new, never before seen level that basically it's open to anybody to play that wants to, and they rebroadcast several players at a time as they try to finish it. Generally, they show on the rebroadcast the 4 players that have the most progress. That's 2 bounces. I thought it was 1 bounce, but maybe it's like 1 regrab bounce. So yeah, they rebroadcast the 4 players that are the furthest along in the level, and it is commentated by, usually it's Glitchcat, but this week it is Kezcade and Amethyst Rocks, who also did commentary during the GDQ Super Mario World Relay. So that's actually pretty fun to look forward to. I like Glitchcat's commentary. He's very, very good at it. But it's exciting to also get to hear from other people in the Twitch Super Mario World community. That is a regular jump. That shell is a little bit awkward. After I throw it, and it needs to be an early throw, it's not a regular shell jump timing, which is already working against me a little bit. But after I throw it, I actually need to do a small turn back so that I'm not moving too fast. Yeah, there's regular shell jump timing. Yo, Mushu. You are not me, but I will agree that you are stinky. Sorry, one quick second. Dang, that's tough. That will always be tough. Backfired? Got him. I can't believe I just jumped there. So what I'm trying to do there is hold the jump button so that I fall more slowly after I get through that rope. But I don't have to hold it. It's just easier to time if I do. I'm good, thanks. There we go. Disco shell. So that disco shell is a little difficult. I need to mount it and do low bounces. And I need to do that very quickly or my ride is going to leave me. Happy Catterday, thank you. I'm super dead. I'm really enjoying my new job. I have been for a while. This past Friday, the stuff that I'm working on, like, my workload increased dramatically, which is really good because it had actually been very light before. And it just feels good to be working on stuff. It was to the point where, on Friday, I was not able to get all of my work done, which is okay. I just have something that is critical that's done first thing on Monday. And then I've got a more relaxed schedule for doing the rest of the stuff that's assigned to me. I don't think I'm fully past the learning the ropes portion yet. And I actually, I also messed something up on Friday, like right at the end of the day, which, even though I messed it up, it was a learning experience. Because, basically somebody asked me to do something, and I did it without thinking about what the consequences of doing that. Why are there so many ropes? Just have one rope. Be much easier to learn, that's for sure. Somebody asked me to do something, I did it, and it was a thing that I was not supposed to do. And I realized immediately after I did it, hey, I should not have done this, and I got some help walking it back to make sure I didn't get in trouble. The only time to mess things up is last thing on Friday. Wrong side. Thank you, Bullrun. I am not very good at this level, but I am actually having fun with this. Yeah, the other 5% comes from horses. I used to play Puzzle Pirates. That was one of my favorite games. And there was a joke right at the beginning of that game where the tutorial NPC was like, "I'm here to show you the ropes. There be the ropes." And that joke always stuck with me. I actually got my dad started on Puzzle Pirates, and he became... he was amazing at every part of that game. It's a 10 out of 10 jokes. Yeah, well, I mean, on the ship there was just a coil of rope sitting around, and he pointed to it. My dad was like a complete expert at every single puzzle in Puzzle Pirates. And he was also completely unbeatable at Mario Kart Wii. And when I say completely unbeatable, I mean, I was not a child. This was me in my late teens, early 20s. Could not touch him in Mario Kart Wii. And it infuriated me because he was using motion controls, and he also only used motorcycles, so he didn't have the enhanced speed boost that came from driving a car, or the enhanced drifting boost. But he did have wheelies. This is bad. Oh my gosh, the midway was right there. That was as close as you could possibly get, basically. Well, not exactly. Germinator, welcome in. This level is actually much shorter than I remember. Or at least this section is. There's still a second half, and then there's also a difficult boss fight at the end. Yeah, I should be able to get through the rest of this pretty quick. That disco shell ride was actually... I'm amazed that that worked, because I was very slow getting onto the shell. But, managed to make it work. It's always funny to me when I run into people with the germ in their name. That happened to me really early on when I started playing Overwatch. It was me, Germ Dove, and there was someone in the lobby I was playing with on my team who was just named Germ. Much hilarity and confusion was to be had. I'm actually not sure why that didn't work. I know what went wrong there, though. Interesting. Just didn't get enough height over to that note block. Yo, thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Oh wow, thank you so much. That's very kind of you for the gift. I'm trying to focus really hard to be able to get through this. You downloaded Fall Guys? I'd like to play a little bit more Fall Guys. When it first came out, I hated it. I hated the very idea of it because there were like, I don't know, 10 maps, something like that, and they were exactly the same every time, and that bothered me. I know why that didn't work. It wasn't too long after the game came out that it wasn't that they were changing the seasons and changing the types of games, but they introduced more variety into the already existing games, and that change was what made the game for me. Because suddenly there wasn't an optimal route that you would know every time that the map loaded in. Things could be different. What state do I live in? North Carolina. Thank you again, Terminator. I appreciate it. And thank you for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. I do try to upload a video to TikTok every day with Kaizo Super Mario World. I missed a day, I think it was yesterday, which was mostly because I didn't have anything edited and ready to go. I could have gotten a level out there, or a video out there, but I wanted to get something uploaded to YouTube. Oh, thank you. And it was actually the same the same set of levels, because I've been uploading Interstellar recently. That same playthrough is going up onto TikTok as just the level clears, and I'm also doing a longer edited version on YouTube, where instead of just showing beating the level, I go through the process of learning how to actually get through those levels. And I like having that up there. The problem that I ran into was that I had gotten way far ahead of YouTube with my TikTok videos. Because I can actually, since TikTok is usually just an entire level per day, I can get through stuff a lot faster on TikTok than I can YouTube. I need to figure out a schedule to actually make things line up properly. All right, let's try this again. That's not what you do. Yo, turtle. You know what the best thing about YouTube is, turtle? Snail can't hurt you here. Okay. That disco mount is actually... It's not that difficult to do. I just need to make sure to catch it, to make sure that the shell does not hit the wall. You live in Helen. Without saying too much, I know where that is. I actually got in GameCube stream, I made Turtle give you an extra. Excuse me, I made Snail give you an extra greeting today because weird things were happening and I felt like it just wasn't working. You hated it. So actually right there, I didn't, the saw didn't hit me, the ball and chain didn't hit me, I just jumped into the spike. Okay. I think I'm good here. I just need to not get skewered by the skewers. H. I don't care that I died. I got the checkpoint. All right. Now we're on to the fun part. Whoops. So, I don't necessarily agree with the way that Barb has made his checkpoints in this game. I don't know if this is an artifact of just when the hack was created, but whenever there's a checkpoint immediately before a pipe or a door, he forces me to go back through the pipe or door every time, and it's just a little irritating. Forgot about the second bowling ball. Your cat comes to help make the bed, that's funny. My dogs really like to do that. They do not make the process any easier. Alright, I'm gonna bounce off this magic. 2 bounces. That was too early. I guess the moral of the story is don't back turtle into a corner. Kirby's Dream Course. I like Kirby's Dream Course. It was unusual, but they did really well with the, they really did what they were setting out to do. Making a Kirby sports game. I think you can call golf a sport. I cannot believe I just fell off there. Need to see about getting in on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. That looks really fun. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Two bounces. And I think I actually want to start re-grabbing after that first bounce on the magic. Because otherwise I am extremely likely to hit my head on the spikes. So what's funny is I never developed a good strategy for that that next rope that has the ball and chains swinging over it. And the reason that I didn't develop a strategy for it is because I just got lucky on my first try. So now I'm gonna have to actually think about what I'm doing. I know that I can just run through without stopping. I also know that that's not the intended way to do that. Dream Course is unique, yeah. They really had a good Kirby spin on it. Like being able to get abilities from the course hazards. I'm pausing there so I can hold down the jump button. That's going to allow me to run, to move a little faster in that section without falling through the rope. Mario quits? Is that a new hack? It's not one that I've heard of. I do have a long list of ROM hacks that I want to get to. Some of them are a little older at this point. But there's also constantly the allure of new things being released. It's a really bad idea for me to just try to run through there. But I'm running into the problem of stopping for too long when I get to that section. It's a new Kaizo Intermediate. Okay. I might look into it. I'm currently playing through Chi. I'm actually right at the end of that one. Chi is... The creator had originally intended it to be considered Kaizo Beginner, but he upgraded it to Kaizo Intermediate after releasing it and then watching people play it. It's a little on the easier side of Intermediate, I'd say. I don't think anything in there has taken me longer than half an hour. Oh, I keep jumping too high. And the reason I'm jumping too high is because of my first jump onto the magic that the Magic Koopa on the left side shoots. It's making me get to the second Magic Koopa at kind of a weird time. Holding jump. So now I know that bowling ball is there. All right. Okay, I remember how to do that part now. Ball to the face, indeed. I did play the first one. I enjoyed the first one. There's a lot of really good-looking stuff in Sayonara 2. The problem is that I'm not sure when I'm going to have time to play something that's expert level difficulty. And I'm worried about starting something without having the time to be able to finish it. I knew that bowling ball was there. Okay. Okay, so here's the last obstacle I have to deal with. This is another fast rope. I need to fall down through the rope onto the block and then enter the door. Thank you for that, dinosaur. There actually are no dinosaurs in this level. So, I am now through the regular level here. I am going to reset my level timer because we're going to start a new one for the boss that we have coming up. So we've gotten through that entire castle palace, and now we're gonna fight a Charge and Chuck here at the end. This is a little bit of a special Charge and Chuck. He's slightly more difficult than your standard Chuck. This Chuck takes 10 hits to destroy. Checkpoint City. It's a beautiful, shining city on a hill, that Checkpoint City. I think it's after... It's either 6 or 7 hits. We actually get a second phase of what we affectionately call Cluster Chuck. And he starts shooting out these flying Super Koopas, which are pretty difficult to avoid. There's actually a way that you can prevent him from shooting out those Super Koopas, but I'm just going to try to fight him normally, because I don't remember exactly the number of hits. Angry Pixie Meg, hello. It's 6 hits. 6 hits and these Super Koopas start spawning in. I was under the impression that those footballs would go away on their own eventually. They do not. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that fight. Four, 5, 6, 7. That's actually the skip to prevent him from spawning in the Super Koopas. I hit him twice in a single jump. I just need to hit him. Okay, so now I have given him 10 hits of damage, which is what's required to kill him, and he starts running at me now. And eventually, as he's chasing after me, he explodes. This kills the Chuck. This also kills the Mario. But that's really good time for me to get to what is essentially the third phase of the Cluster Chuck fight. You just have to dodge him after 10 hits? Yes. There's also another thing that you can do. There is the ledge that he starts on up in the very top right. If you are able to get on that ledge while he is in his chasing after you mode, he can't reach you by running at you. He also can't reach you with his explosion, so you're completely safe if you get up there. It's just not necessarily guaranteed that you can do that. It's actually harder to get up there if you don't have the Super Koopas spawning in. This is another pretty fun boss fight, though, because he has a few set attacks that he can do, but he uses them in a random order, and as you're dodging his attacks, you also try to damage him as well. How do you fall through the rope? So those fast ropes, they force you to fall through them if you are moving fast enough. It's this level, and there's another one in this hack that has those same fast ropes. I much prefer the footballs to the rocks. Also, hello, Pixel. The footballs, I feel like it's pretty much safe for me to just kill them immediately when he starts throwing them. The rocks, there's a safe spot I can stand on the ground, but there's also a possibility that he'll just jump on my head as I'm sitting in that safe spot. That is an excellent point, Tupu. How's it going? It's going well. I just beat the first 2 sections of this level, and we're on to the boss. I've actually gotten all 10 hits on Mr. Cluster Chuck here. This is Grand Poo World 2. Yeah, up there. This is a Super Mario World ROM hack. So this is actually running on a Super Nintendo emulator. It could run on actual Super Nintendo hardware if I had actual Super Nintendo hardware lying around. So Grand Poo World 2, it's a very difficult ROM hack. The top margin is cut off so you can't actually see the name. Is that true? I think it might actually be different for different cell phones, which means that I need to adjust my stuff. Yeah. So my phone screen has a very odd resolution. It's not standard 16 by 9. And I had thought that TikTok would like stretch things to fit, but I'm learning that they don't do that. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I need to explain this kind of stuff periodically anyway, because I think most people see hard Mario that obviously was not made by Nintendo, and they think, oh, well, this must be Mario Maker, and this is not Mario Maker. Lord Hoyle, thank you so much for that gift. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would be very uncomfortable being stuck with an iPhone. Having used an iPod Touch as my main media player, at this point it was a very long time ago. The level of customization that Apple allows you to do to your device is paltry. So there's the safe spot for the rocks. I just think that the chuck can also damage me there. I'm not 100% sure is the problem. And also, the Super Koopas can hit me. Oh no, I don't think that most people in the SMW community would be super upset with you asking what's being played. You kind of start to expect it. Okay, I need to be on the platform on the left side of it. So it is 10 hits to kill this this cluster chuck boss. Which I got once before. But in addition to getting in those 10 hits, I also have to survive his final attack after that. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be too much longer. I do have a hard cutoff because I need to join the ROM hack race at 8 Eastern time. So I've got another... I'm going to give myself half an hour just to be safe. Now there's something I think is important to know about the hitbox for Mario in Super Mario World. It does not change if you're small Mario and duck, so ducking really serves no purpose unless I'm still big. Yes, the ROM hack races are on Twitch. They have their own special channel. It is twitch.tv/ROM hack races. They are an open invitation to anybody who wants to play, and the competition there is pretty stiff. You've been here forever. I'm doing the best that I can. I could probably do with some helpful advice, like, don't let the rocks hit you, or you should jump on his head. Quit your job. Do a jump there. Do a midair. That's a free hit at the very beginning, and I've been letting it get away from me. Just use a cape. Have you tried a fire flower? So I'm still working out the intricacies of the safe spot for the rocks. Alright, so that was 6 hits for him to start throwing Super Koopas. 8. And there's 10. And I'm safe. There we go. So he's going to charge at me and try to kill me. And he's eventually going to explode, which would also kill me if I was close to him. But there we go. All right. A little more than 15 minutes on that. That wasn't too bad. That's a really, really fun fight. Actually, I probably should have done a save state at the beginning of that fight, just so I can get back to it more easily. Yo, thank you for all those GGs. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate you guys. That was because I was urged to beat it. Thank you, Ilsaku. I also hope you get better, Saku. I think... Is it the pipe that I want? No. Jillian, thank you so much for the roses. Easy and also peasy. Okay. This is a wide and sprawling map. I'm trying to get into the final area and get to the final level. And I'll just go this way because I know where to get to it from here. Oh my goodness. You guys, thank you so much for all those gifts. That's crazy generous. Thank you so much. Am I going to be playing in the race? I am playing in the race. That is something I do weekly. Yeah, Galaxy, that's so insanely crazy generous. Thank you. Gifts show up a little bit strangely for me because of the way I use TikTok, but that's amazing. What game am I going to be playing? It is a Super Mario World Kaizo level that no one has seen yet. They make a new one every week for the races, and nobody knows what it's going to be like. That's part of the fun. So we're going to do the 1,000 halls. I'm going to go through and actually play through this level to get to where Bowser is. Yep. What time is the race? It is at 8 o'clock Eastern. That means about half an hour. So I have 20 minutes to get to Bowser, which is certainly possible, but I don't think I'm going to beat Bowser. For some context, the first time I defeated Bowser, it took me 8 hours. The second time was about 2 hours. Do I have a Twitch name? What you'd be better served doing, I am on Twitch, and it's the same name on Twitch as it is here. But if you want to watch the ROM hack race, you'd actually be better served by going to the ROM hack races directly. That is ROM hack races, twitch.tv/ROM hack races. Because my gameplay during the race is just going to be me silently playing the level, because we're not allowed to have any microphone use during the race, because our stream actually is being rebroadcast. The race itself is going to have commentary by veteran Kaizo players Kezcade and Amethyst Rocks, and they are very entertaining commentators. Oh, that's not good. I was actually most of the way through this room, and I just forgot what to do with the saws. Thank you, Al. All right, we're through this first room. Okay, so we've got several choices here. I actually usually do the Eerie room, but I'm gonna go with Booze just so we can see what this is like, because I actually don't think I've seen this room. Okay, so this is Falling. I probably made a bad choice. The downside is once you make a choice for one of those rooms to go through, you can't go back on it without resetting the game. Alright. So this is actually very, very similar to another level that's in Grand Poo World 2. And it's one that I did not do that great on. Okay. But, I mean, this isn't so bad. Spin jump. Interesting. Oh, I got really lucky there. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep spinning probably all the way to the bottom. This is a pretty fun part. The other level that was similar to this had much more, well, I guess I probably shouldn't say anything too early because I don't actually know what the end of this room looks like. But it doesn't look like this one's going to be too crazy compared to the disco door entry. Christopher, thank you so much for the controller there. I appreciate it. I'm waiting, Pixel. All right. Now that is some solid backseat gaming. Oh man, that was so close. You're new? Welcome in. For anybody else who is also new, I do upload daily Kaizo videos here on TikTok. They also go up onto YouTube Shorts. It's exactly the same content. I stream on Twitch. That's generally what I upload to TikTok is when I clear levels that I'm playing for the first time, I cut those down and put that up onto TikTok. I also have edited gameplay that goes up onto YouTube, as well as a series where I dissect the ROM hack race levels as I play them, which I'm woefully far behind on actually making that series. Yeah, this is Grand Poo World 2. It's not the hardest ROM hack that's out there, but it is pretty hard. No, you see, the key was the key. This is also the final level of the game. It's split into making me do, I think it's 6 different rooms before I get to the final boss fight. Each of the individual rooms are relatively easy. In the grand scheme of difficulty for Grand Poo World 2 levels, this is easy. There we go. Got the pipe through the got the key through the pipe. Yeah, so Hops, I decided I was going to do some rooms that weren't the ones that I'm familiar with. So I've done Dolphin and I've done Rope recently. I'm going to do upwards facing Spike. I don't really know what the speed route is, and I've just kind of been playing through these just to see what I like. The ghost room really wasn't that bad. You've never beaten the ghost room? Compared to what was the name of the level that was emulating? That has the Boo boss at the end. Compared to that one, the Boo level was not bad. Weather Top Secret, yes. This is the fastest room in this set? I see. I liked Dolphins, and I liked Rope. This one doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, rope is just, it feels fun to play. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the clock because I've got 10 minutes before I'm gonna be, before I have to stop. We're doing the ROM hack race, like I said, at 8 o'clock. That's gonna be a level that is quite a bit easier than this. Well, at least it's assumed that it's going to be easier than this. They rate the levels beforehand on a difficulty curve between 1 to 10, and that level is rated at a 5. I'm dead. So for some context, last week's level was a 4, and I think it took me about 20 minutes to beat. This week being a 5, it should be between 30-40 minutes. What does the winner get? Respect. We don't actually play for prizes, it's just for fun. Ah, that was so close. Yeah, it's a community event. It's basically a place for Kaizo players to get together and have fun. Oops. That's not what you do with that shell. Yeah, it's a brand new level that nobody's seen before, and we get to be the first ones to play it. Well, not the first. There's people that test and rate the levels beforehand. So we know that all the levels that we play in the races are going to be at least marginally high quality. Am I letting go of jump there? Or am I throwing the shell way too late? I'm throwing the shell too late. Well, that was certainly not a late shell throw. That was, if anything, super early. Maybe my thumbs are being stupid and I'm letting go of jump as I'm throwing that. Oh, that's not so bad. Alright, water, fire, pokey, Mecha Koopa. Let's do Mecha Koopa. I don't think I've done that one before. Okay. Oh, hey, fast rope. How? That green Mecha Koopa that we see right there, he is gonna stand back up pretty quickly after I jump on him. The trouble is that I need to have a certain amount of speed to be able to get through that rope. And to time it properly for the Mecha Koopa, I feel like... I don't know, it's difficult. I'll have to figure it out. Okay, I think that's gonna work. I also want to hold the jump button here with this key. Alright. Oh, I hate this kind of jump. So you can see right on YouTube, it's up in the top right. TikTok, it's just down here. There's the timer, and just to the left of the timer, there's a spike. That spike is going to start to fall when I get close to it, and I need to spin jump off of that spike as it's falling. And I hit it, and I didn't believe in myself. Bugle chips, yes. Doritos. They look like any number of snack foods. It's not my favorite kind of jump. It's not the thing that I'm the worst at, but it is definitely difficult. I don't know how this guy moves, which is kind of unfortunate, and I think I can cheese it. Mango slices. That is not one I've heard before. True Norse Cowboy, welcome back. It's not a thwomp, that's true. Okay, I have a good timing for that now. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to cheese that part. It does not change direction every time I jump on it. There's a timer that counts down invisibly, and when that timer expires, the Mecha Koopa turns to face me. Yeah, I really like, at least to my eyes, the group of people that likes to watch Mario here on TikTok. They all kind of hover around the same handful of people, which is really nice. TikTok is actually pretty good at putting people that like the same things together. .9 facing spike room. Pixel, you have completely lost me. Okay, I have 3 minutes. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get through this particular room. We're going to see some cheese. When I say cheese, I am going to beat this section in a way that is not intended. Or at least that's my hope. Never mind, what I'm trying to do will not work. There's a technique that you can do when you're holding a key. I'll show as an example real quick. You can actually take that key and you can drop it, jump on it, and pick it up. It's not going to be something I can show right here, actually. You can be standing on the key, pick it up, and jump at exactly the same time, and that would allow me to travel on the spikes safely. However, I need to also have the ability to throw that key up, and that is not going to happen while I'm jumping off the key. Yeah, TJB, he actually does a more advanced version of the trick that I'm talking about. He does a midair key jump. It's the same basic principle, but you have a smaller window of time in order to do it. And TJB is a master at this game, at least in certain aspects of it. Okay, my time is running out. I need to do a little bit of setup between when I stop and when the race starts. So I am going to have to call it quits here on this and go over to Twitch to join the ROM hack races. That was very close. All right. You guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you again, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to go get ready for the race.
It's over!